Hi everyone. Today's our topic of discussion is microbe interactions. Let's start our topic microbial interaction. There are mainly three types of microbial interactions: positive interaction, negative interaction, and neutral interaction. Neutral interaction means lack of interaction between two microbial population. According to the alleles principle, both the positive and negative interaction occur within the same organism. The interaction between different microbial population occurs, and also interaction within a single population occurs. That may be of positive or negative. Okay. The positive interaction within a population is called cooperation, and single organism is not capable to adhere a particle. So, thousands of pathogens are required to produce a disease in a host. The genetic exchange is an example for the positive interaction. Then the negative interaction. Negative interaction is also called competition. This occurs at high density and decreased nutrients and increased population. Okay. These are the chances to occur negative interaction. A table is shown here, and this table represents the effect of interaction between the two population, that is population A and population B. Positive interaction and negative interaction are separated in this table, and the Amensalism, Synergism and Mutualism coming under positive interaction. Negative interactions include competition, Amensalism, Predation and Parasitism. Symbiosis. It is a close relationship, and it is a long-term biological interaction between two different biological organisms. The organism each termed a symbiont, and it must be of different species. Neutralism. Neutralism means the lack of interaction between two microbial population. It occurs in between microbial population with extremely different metabolic capabilities than between similar capabilities. It occurs in marine habitats and oligotrophic lake habitats where population density are low. Here, both population remain unaffected. That is, there is no interaction between the two populations. In neutral interaction, each population utilizes different nutrient without providing metabolic end products that are inhibitory to the other microorganism. Okay. Example, interaction between microorganisms in atmosphere. Positive interaction. It is also called cooperation. Commensalism, mutualism and synergism are coming under positive interaction. The term commensalism is derived from the Latin word, and this relationship are common in between microbial population. It is non-obligatory relationship, and it is unidirectional, and it is common in microbial population. The best example for the commensal relationship is the growth of anaerobic microorganism with facultative anaerobe. That is, facultative anaerobe can grow in the presence or absence of oxygen. But the anaerobic microorganism grow only in the absence of oxygen. That is, anaerobic microorganism can't grow in the aerobic environment. But the growth of anaerobic microorganism is possible with the commensal relationship with facultative anaerobe. Okay. That is, in the aerobic environment, the available oxygen is utilized by the facultative anaerobe. That makes anaerobic environment. So it allows the growth of anaerobic microorganism. Okay. Second example, some microorganisms produces or excrete growth factors. That growth factors promote the growth of another population. Example, Flavobacterium brevis releases cysteine, and this cysteine is used by the second organism, that is Legionella pneumophila. So this is a commensal relationship, Flavobacterium and Legionella pneumophila. Okay. Third example, the transformation of insoluble compounds to the soluble compound and then to gaseous compound can also form the basis for the commensalism relationship. Example, methane producing bacteria in the sediment can benefit to methane oxidizing population in the overlying water column. Okay. Another one, desulfovibrio and methanobacterium. Desulfovibrio uses sulfate and lactate and releases acetate and hydrogen. This is utilized by the methanobacterium to reduce carbon dioxide to methane. So this is a commensalism relationship. Okay. Then the removal of toxic materials. Hydrogen sulfide, that is H2S, is toxic. Beggiatova can oxidize H2S and release. So it is beneficial for H2S sensitive aerobic microorganism. Synergism. Synergism is also called proto-cooperation. It is a type of positive interaction in which both populations get benefit. The growth of one organism either depends on or is improved by the growth factors, nutrients or substances provided by the another organism. It is a non-obligatory relationship. Then the next term, syntrophism. The interaction of two or more populations that supply each other's nutritional feeds. That is the syntrophism. Okay. And the syntrophism is also called satellite phenomenon or cross feeding. Here an example is given for syntrophism. That is the synergistic relationship shown in cross feeding. Compound A, then compound B, then compound C, and finally energy plus end products. Okay. Population 1 is able to metabolize compound A and forms compound B, but cannot grow beyond this point without this cooperation of another population. This is because of that it lacks the enzyme needed to bring about the next transformation in the pathway. Clear? Once more, population 1 is able to convert compound A to compound B. That is the metabolic activity. But the population 1 is unable to convert or metabolize the compound B to the compound C. That is, the population 1 doesn't have an enzyme to bring about this conversion. Then the population 2 can utilize the compound B and forms compound C. But the population 2 is unable to utilize the compound A. Okay. Then both the populations 1 and 2 are able to carry out the metabolic steps subsequent to the formation of compound C and produces needed energy and end products that neither population could produce alone. Okay. Simply we can say compound A is converted to compound B by population 1 and compound B is converted to compound C by population 2. Then compound C is undergo various reactions and forms energy plus end products by population 1 and 2. Okay. Then syntrophism allows the synthesis of a product that neither population could perform alone. And it also allows the completion of metabolic pathway that otherwise could not be completed. Okay. From the next two figures, you should be able to learn synergistic relationship among microorganisms. Okay. This figure shows the synergism between two microbial populations, that are Escherichia coli and Enterococcus faecalis. Here, neither organism alone is able to convert arginine to putrescine. Enterococcus faecalis is able to convert arginine to ornithine, which can then be utilized by E. coli to produce putrescine. Escherichia coli alone is able to utilize arginine producing agmatine but cannot produce putrescine without assistance. Once putrescine is produced, both E. coli and Enterococcus faecalis can use it. So, both populations get benefit from this relationship. Another example for synergism is shown in the figure. Here the relationship between Chlorobium and D-sulfovibrio. Chlorobium is a green algae and D-sulfovibrio is a chemolithotrophic bacterium. Chlorobium fixes carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. It uses hydrogen sulfide as the electron donor, which it oxidizes in the process to sulfur. This sulfur is used by D-sulfovibrio, which reduces it to hydrogen sulfide. It also makes use of the organic carbon supplied by the algae and supplies carbon dioxide, which is taken up by the algae for photosynthesis. Okay. Mutualism. It is an obligatory positive interaction between two populations, and both populations get benefit from the relationship. In this relationship, mutualist and host are microbiologically dependent on another, and they can survive when separated from one from another. This relationship are highly specific and it is also known as symbiosis. Here the two populations have close proximity. Example, lichen. Lichen means it is an association of fungi and algae. Here the fungi is also called microbiont and algae as phycobiont. Phycobiont is the primary producers and microbiont also called consumers. The light used by the primary producers produces organic compound, and this organic compound is utilized by the microbiont or the fungi, and this fungi give protection, minerals, nutrients and growth factors to the primary producers. Another example is the mutualistic relationship between protozoa and algae. Algae provide protozoa with organic carbon and oxygen, and protozoa provides algae with protection, motility and carbon dioxide. Okay. Now the positive interactions are over. Next we can discuss negative interactions. Negative interactions include Amensalism, competition, predation and parasitism. First, Amensalism. It is an interaction in which one population produces an inhibitory substance that inhibit the growth of another population. It is also known as antibiosis and allelopathy. If one population established in one habitat, then it prevents the establishment of another one. If the inhibitory substance is an antibiotic, then it is called antibiosis. Okay. Example, lactic acid producing bacteria prevent the growth of other microorganisms by producing large amount of lactic acid. Then second example, production of ethanol by yeast prevent the growth of most of microbial population within that habitat. Okay, ethanol production by yeast prevent the growth of microorganism. Okay, then certain bacteria produces a substance called bacteriocin which kills the growth of other bacterial strains. Okay. Then another important example is the Cephalosporium gramineum. Cephalosporium gramineum produces an antifungal substance that inhibits the growth of fungi. Okay. Another negative interaction is the competition. It is an interaction in which both populations are adversely affected with respect to their survival and growth. Okay, that is, both organism uses the same substrate or space or limiting nutrient. Hence, the competitions occur. Competition lead to bring about ecological separation of closely related population. This is known as competitive exclusion principle. Example, Paramecium caudatum and Paramecium aurelia. These two organisms are placed in the same media. Then after 16 days only, Paramecium aurelia can survive in that media. Paramecium aurelia does not produce any toxic products to kill Paramecium caudatum. But Paramecium aurelia growth rate is high. Okay. Predation. It is a kind of negative interaction and it is a kind of exploitation or of a short duration, and predator is larger than the prey. One organism, that is predator, engulf and digest another one, that is prey. Okay, simply we can say predator engulf and digest prey. So the predator is always greater than the or larger than the prey. Example, Didinium nasutum will prey on Paramecium. Second example, bacteriophage. Third example, amoebae and slime mold engulf bacteria. Okay, these are the examples for the predation. Then another negative interaction is the parasitism. It is a kind of negative interaction in which one population lives on another. That is, parasite lives on host. The host is harmful in this process. Here, one get benefit and other get harmed. Parasite is smaller than the host. There are two types of parasite, ectoparasite and endoparasite. Ectoparasite remain outside the host and endoparasite remain inside the host. Okay. The parasite derive its nutritional needs from the host, which is harmed. Okay. Example, Piptocephalus. It is a fungus which attacks the mucor. Once more, Piptocephalus attack mucor. Here, topic is over. I hope you learned microbial interaction very well. Thank you.